Those up a little bit. I damped this in. Oh, really? Really? I need to sharpen this. Are you kidding me?
What do you think's gonna
Back it up,
Back it up, I put on the show, I be acting up. If he ain't got no bread, I'm packing up. I need a rich nigga with a bankroll just so I can add it up. Say ho, my nigga got him an a-hole. He gon' listen and do what I say so. He know I'm only after the.
Hi, I'm Tassie and welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome home, and if you're a new subscriber, make yourself at home by clicking that subscribe button. So it's been a little minute since I've made a makeup related video. I've mainly been doing like a lot of fashion stuff because honestly, I am more of a fashion and hair type of person than I am a makeup person, but I really don't have that many makeup things on my channel, and I know that that's definitely one of the things that I advertised when I first even created this channel. And one of the basic things when you do makeup content on your channel is to have at least an everyday makeup routine, but for some reason 2 years later I'm just now realizing that I never gave that to y'all at all. Like, what is wrong with me? So I do apologize for that, but that is why we are here today, especially if you can read the title. Today we're just gonna be doing an everyday makeup routine. So when you guys see me posting on Instagram or you see me making videos, whether that be here or whether that be on TikTok, this is the makeup routine that I use to do those things, because I'm not a very big dramatic makeup person and I'm not like the biggest makeup guru in the world. So, you know, this is pretty much just all that I really do. So if you guys are interested in that, please stay tuned for the rest of this video and you will see me go from this to this. So the first thing that we're gonna do, of course, is to wet our beauty blender. This is something that I always forget to do. And yes, I use a beauty blender instead of brushes because brushes, for me, they don't give me the finish that I really want. They don't achieve the look that I'm really going for. Beauty blenders usually make me a little bit more like even coverage, a little bit more natural. I know there's a lot of people that don't use beauty blenders because beauty blenders take up majority of the product and people feel like that's a waste of the product. But for me, not really, because that's kind of what I'm going for. And I use a minimal amount of makeup anyways. So beauty blenders are perfect for me. So the first thing that I have to do, because I will forget, is wet my beauty blender. But never fear, if you don't wet your beauty blender in the bathroom whenever you go to the bathroom, I also use one of the 2 spray bottles that I bought off of Amazon, and I literally just get some water and just damp those up a little bit. Obviously, this is way wetter. It's not because of the spray bottle, it's because of me running it under the sink, because I knew I was gonna forget. So I made sure that was one of the first things that I did before I even started recording. But just in case, it does not hurt to have one of these bad boys sitting on your nightstand. But the actual first step of my makeup routine is, of course, primer. The primer that I'm using is the sample product of Urban Decay All Nighter Face Primer. I have combination skin, so this helps me a lot. For those that don't know the use of primer, it helps give your makeup a little bit of a smoother finish and it helps your makeup stay on your face a little bit longer. I don't want to freak anybody out. It's not glue for your face, but it technically is almost like glue. It helps your makeup stay preserved. It helps keep it on your face. And for me, since I have combination skin, it definitely helps me as far as like when the oil decides to build up and I start getting really shiny in certain areas. This little bad boy actually helps a lot with that. It helps so much. So I literally just take some of this and I just put it in like certain areas. I only got the sample product because at first I didn't know which primer to get, so I was kind of testing a lot of them out. I think I like this one a little bit better, but of course it does not hurt to get the bigger one. But I must say, I've had this for I think 2 months, I think, and it has really helped me out. Like, it has been doing its job and it's literally on its last leg, as you can see. Like, it is clearly on its last leg, but it's been working. It's been doing really good for it to be a sample product. So I could just imagine what the full size product does, because honey, you're doing your job. Now, obviously, you want to rub your primer in all over your face. Think of it almost as like when I showed you guys my skincare routine. Think about it as, you know, like another moisturizer, because it technically is like another moisturizer. So everywhere that you see skin on your face, just put that there, especially if you know that you're going to put makeup there. Just put that all over and you should be well protected and smooth. Very, very smooth. So the next step in my routine is concealer. I usually use the LA Girl Pro Concealer. It's a little bit better than this one, but this is the one that I'm going to use today because this one is completely done. It is completely dried out, and this one was more of an emergency. So I just got this one, and I'm going to be using this today. This is an HD concealer from NYCAC, New York. Never heard of it. Now, obviously, I have used this a few times, as you can see, so it's not terrible, but just to let you guys know, like, this is pretty much secondary to the LA Girl, but for now, it is decent. So what I do is I take my concealer and all of the creases that I have in my face, I basically just use this to fill them in. So what do I mean by creases? So here on my forehead, I guess I express myself a lot. So as you guys can see, I have these little creases, these little, you know, these little ridges in my forehead. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take the concealer and I'm gonna put some concealer on all of those lines that I have when I do this. I have a very expressive face, so I tend to be prone to get like all of these little creases or whatever. And it's not just in my forehead, I also have them in the corners of my mouth. And this is what we call smile lines. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do a slight little smile, and I'm going to place the concealer in all of the places where the creases are. Literally that simple. So now I'm gonna take my wet beauty blender and I'm going to blend that in into all of the spots. So now I am going to take some setting powder and I'm going to apply the setting powder in all of the places that I put concealer. Now the reason why I'm doing this is because it helps me keep the product in place as well as helps with the shine, because like I said, sometimes I get a little bit of buildup with the oils and stuff and then I become really, really shiny. So not only are we going to put it in places where the concealer is, but we're also going to put a little bit up under our eyes and all the other places that we get kind of oily.
Hey, it's me. I just was popping in to let you guys know that the visuals in the next few clips are going to be a little bit blurry, a little bit cloudy, and the clip that you're about to see right after this is going to show exactly why. So the setting powder that I used is obviously very, very cheap, but the way that it just like clouds up once you open it, it's weird. Basically, it was in the air for like a long time. It was in the air for like majority of the next few clips that you're gonna see. So I just wanted you guys to know, if you see like a little cloud of something floating, that was literally just the powder. I'm not getting haunted. Everything is fine. I definitely do need a new phone and I'm investing in a camera very, very soon, but those are not the problems. It's literally just the fact that I have very cheap setting powder. That is it. That is all.
Oh shit. God damn it, this is a mess. So the setting powder that I'm using today is the BR True Complexion Setting Powder. You can find this at like any drugstore, any place that would sell like really cheap makeup. I don't really care for the quality of setting powder, to be honest. As long as it does the job that I need it to do, I don't really care if it makes me look ashy or it's a little gritty, because I honestly don't really use setting powder besides what I'm about to do right now. And obviously I'll show you guys later on in the video what I do. But yeah, so me personally, this was something that I picked up at Kroger's and I was okay with it. And it's actually been doing me way better than the Fit Me foundation powder. I find that really odd, but listen, I don't know. So for me, this works for me. It might not work for everybody though. So of course, now what I do is brush them all away with a short little powder brush like this one.
I'm back. First of all, let's just talk about how I didn't even show y'all fully. I don't know where my head was at through this whole entire video. So yes, I put the setting powder on my forehead and up under my eyes, but I also put it on my nose. Basically, this whole area right here, I put powder on it because that's the places where I usually become really, really shiny as time goes on. Like that's where the product starts to build up and I kind of get like a little bit of sweat on the tip of my nose. So that's number one.
Number 2, I didn't fully peep until later on in the video that I forgot to wipe it off of my nose for some reason. So I just want y'all to be aware. That is not a part of the routine. I will fix it later on in the video, but I just want to put that out there. I don't know. So next is foundation, and I will be using Fenty Beauty today. This is the blurring skin tint, and this is in the color 20. Now I have to say that I prefer this over other foundations simply because it does what I want my achieved look to be, which is a little bit more natural. I don't care for full coverage. I don't really care for a matte finish. I just want my skin to look like my skin, but better. So this is perfect for me. So all I do is basically follow the instructions and shake it up really well before I use it. Oh. And then I just apply about like 5 drops to my face and blend it out with my damp beauty blender. So next I will be taking my HD concealer again and applying this concealer up under my eyes. And notice how I only use a small amount. I never was into the whole triangle up under the eye thing. I felt like that was just really excessive for concealer, but that's just personally me. I don't know if that works for other people, but I just need it to be in just like one central area and I'm good. And of course we're going to use my beauty blender to blend all of that out. And we're gonna add just a tiny bit of this concealer again, and of course use the powder brush to brush it all away. I do not let setting powder sit on my face too long. I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't matter how many tutorials I watched, I do not like flashback. I get flashback every single time, so I don't let that sit on my face for too long. I just put it where it needs to go, let it set a little bit, and then I just brush it off. So next we are going to do the eyebrows, and we're just going to be using a basic eyebrow pencil. This is from the same company as the concealer. I got the concealer and this little eyebrow pencil from like my local hair store. So I mean, if you're looking for like Morphe and stuff like that, yeah, no, I didn't do all that. So this eyebrow pencil is not only a pencil, but it is also a brush attachment. So I'm gonna take the brush attachment, and what I'm gonna do is add just a teeny little bit of Got2b glue spray and brush out my eyebrows. For one, this helps keep my eyebrows in place because what I do is I brush in upward motions and I just want them to stay in place while I do the outline to the actual arch of my eyebrows. Afterwards, I take the pencil and I basically just fill in all of the gaps, but I don't really do too much to my brows because I like the shape of my brows and how small my brows are. So I don't really do the whole thick dramatic eyebrows. That's just not my thing. So just brush, fill them in, and you should be okay. Another thing that I forgot to mention, it also helps to use a compact mirror for my brows because I like for my brows to have that natural look. So I want to be able for them to look decent when you're this close to my face as well as if you're this far away from me. So I'm just going to take this little mirror and I'm just going to fill in my brows. Now we're going to use the concealer just one more time, and then we are done with this baby forever. We're gonna take a tiny bead of concealer and we are going to place a dot above our eyebrow arch and below on both of our eyebrows. We're gonna take the skinniest brush that we have, blend it in as much as possible with the skinny brush, and then we're gonna go in with our fingers and blend them in as well. Like I said, if you guys can't tell by now, but I am very big on making my makeup look very natural. I don't like when you can see like the separation and the divide between the foundation and the eyebrows, like when someone did their eyebrows. So that is why I wait until way later to do my eyebrows instead of just doing them first. Also, I have very high levels of like redness in my face, which was surprising to me. So if I do my brows before my foundation, sometimes my brows will come out way darker than what I intend, and that's just not a good look. Me personally, I just don't like that.
Yeah.
So now we're going to take some concealer again, and we're going to take a nice little bristle brush like this, take a tiny bit of that setting powder, and we're going to apply it to our whole entire eyebrow, especially the places that we use concealer. Not only does this give this a natural finish, but it also helps with keeping the concealer in place. After that, we take our short powder brush and we brush all of the product away. If you guys haven't noticed, yes, I got this trick from Doja Cat. I like the way that her eyebrows were finished once she put setting powder on them, so I've been doing that ever since. So next we're gonna use some highlight. I always use highlight regardless if it's wintertime or if it's summertime because I just like a little bit of a glow. So today we're going to be using the Fenty Beauty Stick Highlighter in the color Cinnamon. So what I do is I use this highlighter on the very top of my cheekbones and I use a little bit on my nose. Now the reason why I like this highlighter is because it has that natural skin type of glow. I was never really a fan of the highlighters where it would just look like it was sitting on top of your skin. This one will actually blend in way better. This is why I personally use this highlighter. I know a lot of people love Trophy Wife. I have yet to really try that out, but you know, I prefer the sticks. I just really prefer the sticks. It's more of like a buttery finish, if that makes any sense. And I also blend this in with my finger. I don't just let it sit on top of my skin. And now it's time to use setting spray. So I will be using the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. So before this one, I was using the NYX setting spray, and I have to say that comparing the two, I really do like this one better, but this one is a little bit more pricey. But it's kind of worth the money though, I must say. It's very much worth the money. So we're just gonna spray some of this all on our face, and that's gonna help preserve our makeup throughout the day as well. And make sure you let it dry or else it just will not be effective. So next we are going to do the eyes. Now if you guys haven't noticed, I have not put on any eyeshadow. I don't really do eyeshadow, honestly. I really suck at eye makeup. I don't know what it is about eye makeup, but it's just like a really big challenge for me. So I don't really do any type of eyeshadows. If you noticed earlier, I didn't put any concealer on them. I didn't even apply any foundation on my eyelids because I kind of have not discoloration, but my eyelids are like one of the darkest parts of my body. So this natural kind of like tint to my eyelids kind of makes it look like I already have on eyeshadow. If I do use eyeshadow though, I mainly stick with just browns and bronze colors. Might add in like a little bit of white, a little bit of gold, but overall I pretty much just keep it really, really natural. But overall, I do not do any kind of eyeshadow. I just go straight into my lashes and call it a day. So that's what we're gonna do. First things first, I apply my mascara. I usually use the Maybelline Falsies. This one not only is good for an everyday look if you decide not to wear lashes, but it also has like this little special formula where it helps your eyelashes grow, I think. And I've been using this since, I want to say like high school. Like I've been using this for a while. Before we even do this, I just want to tell you guys, I do not know how to apply mascara or lashes with my eyes open. Do not laugh at me. Okay, like I know I look awkward, I know I look stupid, but please don't laugh at me because it's a struggle. So once again, take your compact mirror and just apply that mascara onto your lashes. So next up is lashes. If you guys have been here for a while, you know that I used to get a lot of my lashes from wish.com. I no longer do that anymore. I found a vendor on Amazon. I will link them down below. This vendor is called Valicia Lashes. Their lashes are really, really good. I don't think these are minks. They're definitely like fake, plasticky, but I believe they do sell minks. I believe they do. But I really do love their falsies. They're so nice, they last. I mean, they're all around a good product. So I've been using them for a while. So it's going on about a year now since I've been ordering from them. And I always get the packages that look like this because they always have like a large amount of lashes. So this can last me for like half a year. So I'm gonna take 2 of these. What I like to do is I like to put them together, and this might be ghetto, but I use a toenail clipper and I basically just clip off the excess edges. So once I measure them on my eyelid, I just use the clippers and I just clip away all the ones that I don't want. And if you're worried about cleanliness, you can literally just get some clippers that have never been on your feet, or you can clean it like a normal person, and yeah, just use it that way. Measure it, take the clipper and take some of it away, and we just take them apart, and boom, we got 2 even lashes. Now the lash glue that I'm gonna use today is from Tarte. I'm not gonna hold y'all up. I used to be one of the girlies that used the hair glue, yes, the black hair glue, and used them to apply my lashes. It is dangerous, but in the same breath, if you ain't a ratchet bad bitch, it's just not your place. So stay in your place, get some of this, and call it a day. The only reason why I transferred to this is because I was tired of the messy cleanup, child. I was so tired of it. I used to use one of these and put the glue on there and then start applying it to the lashes or whatever, but it would still end up getting on my fingers. It would get just everywhere but the lash, and it was getting on my nerves. And they were kind of ripping out my lashes too. Like, my lashes are very healthy and they were kind of destroying them. So I was just like, girl, let me invest in some lash glue. And the lash glue that I used before this one is from LA Colors. It's the Dermatolash lash adhesive. This one is only good if you apply it to your bare skin. It does not work with the lashes. It does not work with the band on the lashes at all. There were times where I would wait 2 hours for these things to dry. They still would not stick. The only time they would stick is if I put them directly on my lids. And that's dangerous. That's very, very dangerous. And they were hard to remove. Like, my lashes would come off with ease, but when it came to the glue being on my skin, it took forever for it to get off. So now this is my Old Faithful. And don't worry, it comes with an applicator, so we don't have any mess. So we're gonna take 1 lash, we're gonna take the applicator, apply a little bit of glue, let it dry, and then afterwards we are going to use our compact mirror again and make sure that we get both corners of our lash line, because we know how much we hate that. And don't it seem like every time you got somewhere to be, that's when your lashes wanna start acting up? You wasn't acting up all these other times, but you wanna act up when I got something to do. So now that that's done, we're gonna go in with the lips. So depending on how I'm feeling, I usually just do gloss, or sometimes I might switch it up a bit, be a little creative, and do a little color, outline my lips, and put some gloss on it. For the sake of this video, we're going to do some lip liner, and we're also going to apply some gloss. So I actually need to buy more lip liner. So what I'm gonna do is take my lip liner pencil, this brown matte lipstick from NYX. It's called Liquid Suede. And what I'm gonna do is take my pencil, get a little bit of lipstick on the brush, and then I'm going to outline my lips. So after we've done that, we just mash our lips together and then take your favorite lip gloss and just apply it on top.
Yeah.
And there you have it, guys. That is the finishing touches to my everyday makeup routine. As you can see, I don't really do too much. I'm not a very dramatic girl. Like I said earlier, I am not a makeup guru, so do not expect much from me. But of course, I always do what I can. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, do not forget to like this video. Comment down below any tips that you have when you're doing your makeup. All products will be linked down below in the description box. Don't forget to subscribe and of course, share if you can. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you next time.
What you want, 'cause your love is all I need. I'ma turn you on, and all the things